All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Living the Dream podcast. Today on the show, we're going through Proverbs 5, verses 5 through 9. So, on that note, let's get it. Got to flip to it right quick. Her feet go down to death, her steps follow the path to Sheol. She does not ponder the path of life, her ways wander, and she does not know it. And now, O sons, listen to me, and do not depart from the words of my mouth. Keep your way far from her and do not go near the door of her house, lest you give your honor to others and your years to the merciless. And so my interpretation here is following people to death will sacrifice your reputation and all the years you spent creating it. Why did I get that? Well, you got Proverbs here talking about a woman. Her feet go down to death. Her steps follow the path to Sheol. It was also speaking about wisdom as a her. And so it may not be speaking about any particular person, or maybe there is a person in your life who you can think of that acts like this, but their feet are going down to death. Their steps are following the path to Sheol. They're not leading a good life and they don't ponder the path of life. They're really kind of all focused on destruction and they don't even know it. So when you follow that type of person, what happens is your honor, you will be giving it to others and your years to the merciless. And so years could mean your age, right? So not just your reputation, all the years you spent creating it, but now and the future, when you give that to these people, those are wasted as well. So all the years past and all the years present and all the years future, when you're following this type of person, it leads to ruin. And you're kind of just, it's pointless following because nothing will come of it, right? And so the entrepreneurial application for this is to avoid bad business partnerships and decisions that ponder selfish ambition. And so here it talks about the fact that she does not ponder the path of life. When I think of the path of life and business, I'm thinking of service and the fact that we are not only called to serve people in our lives, but really that's the only way you can get somebody to exchange money for a good or service. You have to give them more value in that good or service than they are paying money for it. And then you can get that exchange. And so when you're pondering selfish ambition, and you're just thinking, how can I get the most money? How can I get the most money with spending the less money? How can I acquire these customers for free? All of this stuff, you are pondering selfish ambition. You're not looking at the path of life for your business. You're really going to the path of Sheol. Like you have limiting beliefs around money, around abundance, all that stuff. All stuff I've experienced, all stuff everybody experiences, and all stuff everybody is experiencing to some extent right now, or most people are at least. And the key to not experience that is to cut down the number of inputs that are reinforcing those beliefs and that behavior. And so if you avoid bad business partnerships and avoid bad business decisions based on selfish ambition, you'll be one step closer to removing those inputs. And you can avoid these things by first identifying them and two, like living by their opposite, setting some core values, setting some habits in place that help you to ward off the temptation of these bad partnerships and bad decisions. And so this has shown up in my life when I've felt strange about situations where I'm just seeking money and not adding value. And consequently, all of those opportunities have led to no success for me or for the people involved. And it's not aligned with something that I enjoy or serving someone I care about. So it's either giving me energy, and then from that overflow of energy, I can give other people energy, right? Or it's out of service to somebody that I care about. And when both are intertwined, when it gives me energy and it's out of service, that's when I've kind of hit that gold spot. And I've never put myself in a position where I can be consistent with something like that. And so, because of that, I've been following people, following situations that are going to the path of Sheol for me, right? They're not leading down a good path. And it just puts me in a bad situation where I'm not best equipped to handle it. It's not necessarily that the thing is bad, it's just for another person. An example of this is wholesaling. Wholesaling homes has never been something that vibed with me because I think our house got wholesaled when it got foreclosed on, or it was about to get foreclosed on when I was like 13 or 14. And now I understand that. I'm like, well, you're really not helping out somebody who's in a tough financial position. You're helping them get out of debt. But I don't want to help people avoid bad situations. I want to help people go towards good situations. And so some of that is getting out of a bad situation, but I didn't want it to stop there. And so most of my passion was really around life coaching and helping people get to their full potential, hence this podcast, right? And so there's somebody else who's equipped to help people avoid bad situations because they interpreted something in their past differently. And because of that, they should handle that situation, not me. So it's not even that the bad situation is bad for everybody. It's just bad for me. And where do I want this to show up in my life? I want to ponder the path of life in all that I do. What expands me and the people around me? What expands my energy? What expands my love? What increases the quality of life for myself and the people I care about? I want to ponder that path and stick to that path. And how can you guys apply this to your life? Well, who around you ponders negativity in life and is leading you down a path that is bad for you, even though they don't mean to? And this can be plenty of people because everybody's dealing with their own limitations, their own insecurities, and they often forecast that onto you and your situation and try to hold you down to make themselves feel better. Don't follow them. Minimize interactions with them, cut time with them as much as you can, cut business dealings with them. Just separate yourself from them and go to people who are pulling you up and challenging you to expand. There we go. That's all we got for you guys today on the show. Thank you so much for listening. And on that note, we're out.